Okay, so if you're listening to this video, then you're needing a little help and guidance on number 1 of our spiral review practice, Mastery 16 and 17. And it looks like it's not focused in very well, so let me see if I can fix that just a little bit so that it looks a little more on the sharp side. There we go. Okay, so it says Eduardo worked 42 hours last week and earned $15 per hour. His paycheck was $58.75. If this is Eduardo's only income, what is his net income for last week? Okay, so let me read that again. Eduardo worked 42 hours last week and earned $15 per hour. His paycheck, or his payroll tax, his payroll tax was $58.75. If this is Eduardo's only income, what is his net income for last week? So since we have somebody doing something, multiple things, we have him earning some money and then we have a payroll tax, and we're wanting to know what his net income is, then this is definitely a case where I would need to use a window pane to organize my thoughts. So I'm going to go ahead right now and I'm going to organize my thoughts, starting with my question first. And it says, if this is Eduardo's only income, what was his net income from last week? So I'm going to circle the word net income because I need to go back in my financial literacy book. In fact, I know all of you have one of these. This might help you with organizing and thinking through some of the things that you may have forgotten. What is net income? So if I turn over to the back, I see that I have gross income, I have deductions, and then I have net income. Remember, gross income is what you make, what you agree. Deductions are taken out, and then you get your net income, which is what is left over for you to spend. Remember, we associate this with the basketball net. So I'm thinking to myself, if I'm trying to find the net income, the very first thing I'm going to need to do is find out, well, how much money did he make? So I'm going to start with my question, which says, what was his net income for last week? And I could say, his net income was blank. It's going to be a dollar amount. So I have to think about, well, how can I find his earnings? So he's earning the same each hour. So for hour 1, he's earning $15. Oh, wrong information. For the hour 1, he's earning $15. If he works 2 hours, he earns another $15. If he works 3 hours, he's earning another $15. And this is going to continue on until he gets to his number 42 hours last week. And every hour he is earning $15. So when I think about what is happening here, I see repeated information, and I don't want to add all of this to 42. So I'm thinking this action is just, which is joining equal sets. And when I think about joining equal sets, I want to think about multiplying. So I'm going to be multiplying 42 times 15. I can't see that very well. So let me change 42 times 15. So that will give me the money he earned. But that's not what I'm wanting to find. I'm wanting to find the net income. And in order to find the net income, we're going to take the money that he earned, whatever we find out here, and we're going to have to take out the payroll taxes because the payroll taxes are withheld. So whenever you withhold something, think about what action would go with that. You're not adding to your paycheck, you're subtracting from your paycheck. So the first action is to multiply. Step 1 would be to multiply the hours times the money, and step 2 would be to subtract the payroll tax. So to get you set up in the right direction, And to reinforce why estimating is so very important, I'm going to estimate right now. So when I think about the number 42, is it closer to 40 or is it closer to 50? Well, it's closer to 40, so I'm just going to round down to 40. And the number 15, well, honestly, if we're just estimating, we could use the number 15, or we could even bounce that number to 20. The problem is, if we bounce it to 20, then we're still 5 away from where we originally were. And if you know 15 times 4 is 60, then you know 15 times 40 is 600. And if you were to go ahead and multiply 40 times 20, we already have a difference of about $200. So that might not be helpful to round it up so far away from our actual number of 15. So at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of block that out and think about 40 times 15, which is $600. And if I know that I have to take my payroll taxes from that, $58.75 is about $60. And if I'm sitting at $600 and I take away $60, well, $50 would be $550. So $60 would be about $540. Now when I look at my answer choices, I'm thinking to myself, 630 is probably not what I want to choose. 688.75 is probably out of the range. The numbers that I probably want to focus more on are these two numbers. So what you're going to do is you're going to find the earnings made by Eduardo, and then you're going to take away the taxes to find his actual net income for the week.